They are warning the president to stay away from Steve Bannon moving forward into the midterms
All right,
next
all
year.
right.
One source told us, Wolf, the president has egg on his face because he listened to Bannon, and Wolf, the stakes are much higher.
Yes, he do got egg on his face. I hope it's in. Let me see. Can y'all see us? Okay.
He's listening to Bannon, and the stakes are much higher.
Yes, he do got egg on his face. I hope it's in. Let me see. Can y'all see us? Okay.
He's listening to Bannon, and the stakes are much higher.
Yes, he do got egg on his face. Let me put my deodorant on. Good evening. Y'all can see? Hold on. So let me give a shout out to everybody here. We got Nikki, Candace Michelle, S. Haddad, Courtland Anderson, Ebony Hamilton, Dina Jones, Yo Roxas, Lynette Kelly, Courtland, O Shawnee Boy, Kara Sterry or Jakara, I believe. And I Am Flay. I think that's a new, that could be a new sponsor. Monetizing Your Blog. Maluba. Shout out to you guys.
These are all the people that said?
So far. If you cannot see us, refresh. I need some chapstick. All right. What's up, randomly, CJ? Can y'all can hear fine, right?
That's a delay right here.
Yeah, I had this one up. Y'all can see and y'all can hear. Check you out.
Where do you see they say they can hear? Right there.
So how you guys doing? Welcome to our December monthly live stream. We're still trying to get it together. As soon as he was coming up, I was going in. And but we're here now. I hope you guys are having a great day.
Can we push this back some?
Sure. You can push the table back some?
Oh yeah. No, not the table, just the,
just the
screen.
I feel like am I all the way in this camera? Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
You don't see yourself?
I wasn't sure if I was all the way in. Like, you see how it's all of this space right here? Like, I could just come right over here and just sit this over here. Y'all can see, y'all can hear. All right. So today has been a day where pretty much Americans have been celebrating since last night because of the Alabama Senate race between Doug Jones and Roy Moore. Now, I ain't going to lie. I thought that Roy Moore was going to win.
I did too.
And a lot of people in Alabama, especially African Americans, they went out and voted, and they reached out to the African Americans at the last minute. And reaching out to African Americans definitely helped Doug Jones win the Senate seat in Washington. That's going to take over for what's that
Jeff
guy?
Sessions.
Yeah, Jeff Sessions. And you know, I was excited, but you know who I was getting upset with? I was getting upset with Wolf Blitzer because last night he was just too excited. Like he knew that when Doug Jones was losing, he just had this like, he was just speaking like, oh, this some bullshit, all this and that. And then John King was looking at the numbers like, listen, these counties right here, the numbers are not in yet. For the Republicans, 100% of them are in. And the gap started to close and Wolf started to get excited. And I'm just like, Wolf, calm down. Then another guy called in and was like, these are not all the votes. We still have way more votes to come in. And he's trying to shut up John King. And the other guy name was Mr. King. And he just like, now tell me what the numbers you got. Tell me this, tell me that.
He was excited.
He was so excited.
He didn't want a pedophile to win.
No.
None of us did.
And I'm like, how'd you bias though? You know, how'd you bias?
Well, I
You're
mean,
supposed to be here seeing that.
well,
So
I mean, you know what it is.
yeah.
We all know what it is.
So as soon as the real numbers came in, and Doug Jones believed he was leading by 100 votes, and then it went up to like 1,000, and then it went more to like 5,000. It was just like, okay, they wanted to call it, but they didn't call it. I switched over to Fox News. Fox News had already called it for Doug Jones. But CNN and then MSNBC took them like 30 minutes to call it because I guess they wanted to be sure.
And it was still really close.
Yeah, because they didn't want to be called fake news in the morning about Donald Trump. So, you know, everybody was this excited once it was Doug Jones that won. And then they started to show the exit polls about how African Americans voted versus how white people voted. And majority of white people voted for Roy Moore, and majority of African Americans voted for Doug Jones, and majority of women, 98% of black women polled voted for Doug Jones. Doug Jones, 98%, and 93% of black men voted for Doug Jones as well. And then it was like 65% voted for Roy Moore, and the women, it was like, I can't remember, but it was high.
Where for Doug Jones?
Yeah,
98%.
Roy Moore.
Oh,
for white women.
Oh, white women. Oh, yeah.
I just couldn't believe
like,
it.
well, I mean, but the thing about it is, you have these white evangelical Christians who they all were voting not for him being a pedophile. They weren't voting for that. They were voting for, and I forgot what I was watching yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday, and they broke it down, and it was so good. They weren't voting for him being a pedophile or them per se agreeing with him and his allegations, but they were voting for, they felt like their Christian values were being attacked. Mm-hmm. They feel like those people down south, those white evangelicals in the rural areas, whatever the case may be, they feel like their values are being attacked. They feel like this country is going in a different direction with accepting of gay marriage. And of course, you got somebody in the White House who keeps telling them that their gun rights are going to be taken away from them. Mm-hmm. You know, they just don't understand how it is that, you know, 40 or 50 short years ago, everything was going in on their behalf and in their favor. And now all of a sudden, things are just being turned upside down, and they're scared. And when you have people like that are scared, just like that man who made a complete fool of himself the other day on Jake Tapper's show, and I posted it where he just was claiming that somehow you have to swear in on a Bible. Mm-hmm. And Jake Tapper, you know, explained to him, no, you don't. You don't have to. You can swear in on anything. That's just something that has always been used. But you don't have to swear in. People like that are people who think they're one-sided. And they only think with one side of their mind. So therefore, they feel like if what we've been doing and how we've been doing it for so long is now under attack, then we got to stop it from being attacked. Never mind the fact that this man is somehow a possible pedophile. We don't care about that. We just want to make sure that our values are not being taken away from us. Because whether or not Roy Moore is in there or not, even if he was to be in there after he leaves, what about our values? We still want to make sure that our values are still kept intact. Mm-hmm. So that's why these white women and these white men voted for Roy Moore and vote for people like Donald Trump. They could care less about the bad stuff that's being said about these people, just as long as what's going on with them is not being attacked. But I noticed that last night with these black women, the reason why black women came out in full force is because, number one, they're smart. And I've always said this, black women are just extremely smart. But also, black women don't play that pedophile shit. Mm-hmm. They don't play that. No. You say that you touched their child, they're going to go off. Well, some of them anyway, because some of them don't. But majority of them don't play that. And so, therefore, they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want no damn possible pedophile representing me in my state. Mm-hmm. So, no, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make my voice heard. And they did the same thing in 2016. The problem that I have is hopefully black men can now follow the lead of black women. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can follow that lead. I know I get out and vote all the time, but hopefully these black men who don't get out and vote, hopefully they can follow black women's lead, because it doesn't make any sense that black women are so, and it's not a bad thing, but it doesn't make any sense that black women are just so at a high number that get out and vote, and black men are just at a low number. Like, it's almost as if we don't care, like, and we should care, because you see more majority of us in prisons.
Yeah, and first of all, they don't even want to vote. Are they even registered?
Yes. Who? These black men.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's
we
why.
We need to get the.
But
vote,
see, that's why.
them to register
That's why
and
I'm always saying on our show for the past 9 years, please, whatever you do, get out and register to vote. Y'all black women, how many people we got on here watching us?
stuff. 20 so far.
20. Okay, how do you know?
Right there.
Okay, because you know I'm looking at this number. And I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, 20. For those of you that are watching us, if you have young black children, teenage boys, or a brother, whatever, please talk to them. Get them to get out there and vote because it is so important. Next year, 2018, going into 2020, it is going to be so important and so crucial. And I don't care what nobody says. Donald Trump can very well win in 2020. Okay? Because all he needs is them people out there in those rural states and then those white women and all them to vote for him. And he's got it. We saw it already. So we got to make sure we get out there and vote. We got to get together. Okay? We got to band together. Today I posted that I was watching The View, and they had Joe Biden on there.
Yes, that was
so
good.
It was a very good interview, and I just love Joe Biden. Like he's just Joe. Like you know, he's really one of those white guys that has always, you know, I will invite him to the cookout, and I will ask him, can he help me clean up too? Like, can you help me clean up? And he wouldn't, you know, wouldn't mind. You know, well, we know you don't like to.
Okay, don't do that.
Well, you don't. Well, and you don't.
Truth is light.
Well, it is. And Jesus is light of the world. But he said, and they were trying to get him to say if he would vote or whatever. I mean, if he would run in 2020, and he was explaining, you know, that whatever the case may be. But, you know, they asked him, if you don't run, who would you like to see run on the Democratic side? And the first name he said was Kamala Harris from California. And I said, wow, that would be really good because, you know, she's up and coming. And he explained, he said, listen, of 18 months before Bill Clinton ran or won, we didn't know who the hell he was. And he said the same thing for Barack Obama. These people weren't big names, but they ran and then they won, you know. And he said, you know, people, you know, you just don't know. It may be somebody who's not a big name who might just come out and run. Yeah. But my whole thing is, I think that if Joe does decide to run, I would like to see him ask Camilla to be his running mate. Because I think that not only would they win, because California is a big state and you need California to win, but not only would they win California, but the black vote and the black female vote that will come out and to support that ticket. Can you imagine?
I didn't think of that.
Can you? I did.
I might have to make this public. This is the statement you just made. I
thought about it because I said even if he did decide to run and say, you know what, Camilla, I'm going to do it, you know, because you know I feel like you know whatever the case may be. But I would love for him to ask her to be his running mate. That would be an awesome ticket because not only would he have this California, because she's a very popular senator in California. California is a big state, and you really need that. You know, you need that state, especially Democrats. But to have that black vote and the black female vote, that would be an awesome ticket that I would love to support. Awesome.
You see this question right here?
I keep thinking about that. Do you think ageism will come in with them both running? I thought about that with Joe because in 2020, Joe Biden will be like 77, 78. He'll be close to 80 years old. So it just, you know, 2020 is a long time from now, even though it's not that long because we're like practically in 2018. So it's like 2 years away from now. But for somebody who's the age that Joe Biden is, you know, but when you think about it, you have a lot of, I don't know how many of you follow politics like that, but you have a lot of politicians who are in their 80s. Like look at John Conyers. He was damn close to 90 years old. John McCain's in his 80s. I don't know if you guys remember that Senator Strom Thurmond from some years ago. He was like damn near, he was like in his 90s, or I think he was even 100 by the time he stepped down. Like, so you have a lot of politicians who go a long time. So age may not play a factor with Joe because I thought about it today. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are very close in age. Donald Trump is 71, even though he acts like he's 15. And Joe, he does. And Joe Biden is 75. So, but who knows? But it doesn't matter to me because that would be a good ticket because it'd be a reverse ticket for me because I was thinking about it. If Joe and Camilla would run together, it would be reversed because when he and Barack ran, it was Barack who was the youngest and Joe who was the oldest. And I thought about it. I said, wow, when Joe Biden became a senator back in the 70s, Barack Obama was 11 years old. He was a child when Joe Biden entered politics. So it's like that age gap is really there. But I would love to see that particular ticket if she does not run. Anybody qualified to beat Donald Trump. And also, before I stop talking, I would like to really see Joe Biden get Donald Trump in the debates, because Joe Biden knows what the fuck he's talking about. He ain't just somebody who just stepped off the damn banana boat. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's been doing this ever since 1973. So this is in his blood. Donald Trump just became a politician last year. It still ain't done shit.
They're working on that tax cut plan. They had them little families come out there today reading off the teleprompter.
Actually, no. Ronald Reagan was our oldest president-elect until Donald Trump. Yeah, at that time. And then Donald Trump last year being 70. Because when Ronald Reagan was elected back in 1980, he was 69. And he was 69 when he was sworn in. And then a few weeks later, he turned 70. But Donald Trump was already 70 when he won the election. And he just turned 71 a few months ago. So Donald Trump is by far our oldest elected president.
Yeah. And he needs to go.
And he needs to go because he needs to go back to daycare. Because when I watch Donald Trump, when I hear him talk, I feel like I'm watching Benjamin Button. He's aging, he's acting the age that he was years ago.
Especially when he put out that tweet yesterday trying to act like that wasn't a sexist comment. That was all the way sexist.
What he said about Jill.
Yes.
He was implying that she was a
He
whore.
would do anything for this money. Like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Anything.
I mean, at first when I read it, I thought you were talking about me.
Well, do you do anything?
No, but I have not done anything for money.
If it's a lot, though, maybe. Maybe turn your head for a couple of hours.
Listen. It depends on how many zeros is on that.
As long as it ain't changed, you'll do something strange.
Oh, okay. I don't want no change jingling in my pocket. Okay. I need my pockets to make no noise.
Okay. And hopefully it's something you wire into my account. Okay.
Don't even wire it to my account. Put it in my hand.
No, I don't want it in my hand. You can wire it to me.
I want it in my hand to make sure it's real, so I can count it. You wire something that you dispute the charge, especially in PayPal, and then they'll take some money from it.
Okay. Well, you know.
Okay. PayPal needs to check. Be quiet.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Is it handled?
No, I don't know issues on it.
Okay.
That's handled.
That's handled.
Yeah, that's been handled. Someone tell me the other day, because this thing ain't no scheme this time. It shouldn't have been a scheme the first damn time.
Okay.
And then you're gonna lie and tell me it's not a scheme. So basically, you just lied to me the first time.
Okay.
Because the first time you told me it wasn't a scheme.
Mm-hmm. And it was.
And it was.
Yeah.
Because you thought that I was dumb. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta be real careful on that PayPal stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I stopped using them. Once somebody tried to use my card and it was all the way in Argentina or one of them in South American countries, that was it for me.
Yeah.
I'm done with PayPal. And I got the Cash App, but I don't use it. But I've sent money on the Cash App. Oh yeah, they want to know how was your birthday, Mikhail?
My birthday was cool. It was very quiet. I didn't do much yesterday. I came down here because there was a guy who was from around this area who was always hanging out in front of Kevin's house, who was killed the other day. So they had a memorial for him right outside of Kevin's front door. So I came down here and I thought about it. I said, this is the second birthday that I've had where I actually spent celebrating basically someone's death. Because a few years ago, one of my cousins passed away and his funeral was on the day of my birthday. So I was sitting, remember, and I was sitting in his funeral on my birthday. And then yesterday was my birthday and here I am at somebody's memorial. I'm like, damn, goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. But TA, which was the guy's name, he's really, I really liked him. And I told everybody, he was one of the few people that I actually spoke to out there. And he always spoke, always just laughed and always was having a good time. And it was just very sad when I heard that he was killed, because I'm thinking, like, him of all people, had you told me somebody else out there would have got killed, I would say, well, but him of all people. And he was the person that you felt like he was like the light amongst all those guys out there, because he was funny, he was loud, he was annoying, but that was him. You know what I mean? And he was the only one out there like that. And if he wasn't standing out there on that corner, you knew and you felt it, because it would be dry and dead. And I just can't imagine how this summer is going to be without him, because this will be the first summer without him. And it's just like, it's crazy. Like, it's so sad and senseless. But again, you know, these people
people have to change and know that it's more to life than just being, to me, it's more to life than just being on Burke Street or hanging wherever you hang at.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much more to life. You got to get out there in this world, and you got to see this goddamn world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love saying I've been to Paris, I've been to London, I've been to California, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Miami.
That's a lot of beds he's been in.
Yeah, you're trying it, but you got to get the hell out there. And I mean, I've better them in a lot of those cities. I could talk like this,
and you what?
And I've bettered them in a lot of those.
I'm sure you have.
I can talk like that on a live.
Have you been breeding in the live?
Lies. I don't play those games. You know I don't play those games.
Just like
anything going to me.
Hey,
baby,
good God Almighty,
baby. Y'all better watch it.
You better watch it, especially in a foreign country. Okay. Some of them don't clean.
Oh, I have no problems with
better
that.
not.
Okay,
Come back itching.
yeah, more than itching.
Oh,
Living with saying you don't.
hey, listen, you sitting there trying to figure out why you coughing up green stuff.
Oh, no.
Baby.
Or why it's coming out?
Why is it coming? Yes, okay, because I was sitting there that day like, oh, wait, I'm saying too much. No, so.
This thing going, oh,
Man. You don't want to come back with nothing green.
baby, or
Blue,
any
brown,
bumps.
or bump.
Anytime you got to make up a story about your thing, I hope I never have to do that. Okay, I don't play those games.
I don't play those games either. One day I saw somebody who was vitiligo downstairs, and I said, listen here, I've never been with anything like that,
but you still went.
no, I did not, because I was a little nervous. I was. I'm going to be honest. I'm nervous. And I'm not even gonna whisper this out because we on live, we on this is, and y'all paying for this. So,
Yeah.
but I was nervous, so I had to find a way how to get out of that situation. I thought I told you this story.
No,
I thought I told you this. Yes.
it's two-tone cones out there.
Listen. So mind you, that was the first and last time I ever was with somebody like that. So I see the hands, and I'm like, okay, but the whole body is still brown. So I'm like, okay, well, you know. I didn't even think that downstairs would be two-tone too. Like, Lord. So now in the back of my head, I'm sitting there thinking, like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this situation? Who can I text? Because you know I'm famous for texting somebody saying, call me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll text somebody in a minute and say, call me and say you locked out of the house.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. I either text my sister or my best friend Anitra, and they both know. When I say text me, I'm with somebody, they know to text me, and I'll call them and I'll make sure I turn their volume up so the person sitting next to me can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Where you at? I'm locked out. Damn. And then, you know.
So you never, what happened with this person?
What happened with him never again? Because I was scared. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared, and that was my ignorance. But I had never seen nothing like that before.
I've seen more. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Woo-wee.
Big ones long ones, thick ones, fat ones.
Let me tell you something.
I don't want it. If it's bumpy, bitch.
I said, wait, it's two-tone down there too? Are you pregnant? Oh my God. Okay. How am I going to get out of this situation? Dad, you really got to go? I sure do, because they locked out and they ain't got no kid. I got the kid. So yeah, I got to go. I'll call you. Yeah, I'll call you. Don't worry about that. I'll call you. I deleted that number so fast, baby.
Ooh. Have you ever seen this person?
No.
Just on the street?
No. No. Listen, I stay far away from people once I get rid of them. What Cardi B say? When I see you on the street, wait, but if I don't see you, if I see you, I don't speak. That means I don't fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
Poor baby.
That's what I said was my ignorance. Because at that time, I did not know. Now that I'm a little older.
But how young were you when this happened?
I was driving. So this probably was about 6-7 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Still a baby, 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. I was 20. You're right.
So, also, Omarosa got fired today. Well, she got fired yesterday. And you knew who couldn't wait to spill that tea? April Ryan.
Yes,
because they have a nasty little beef going on at that White House. Bitch, don't just throw stuff over there. I mean, I know it's trash over there. And did you just fart? I know you ain't just fart.
No, I didn't just fart. But baby, I was about to say, I know you're not mad about me throwing a little piece of paper on a pile of trash. It's a pile of trash.
It's a pile of trash right there.
Yeah, you got piles of trash all over your room. And you was mad because I took a little piece of paper off my chapstick and threw it in a pile of trash.
You trying me? So Omarosa got fired today,
Me?
and it was revealed that she got fired yesterday. And not Michael Flynn. What's his name? Who's the General Kelly? Mike Kelly.
Yeah.
Or General Kelly.
I don't know what his first name is, but
he
Kelly.
said you got the gut.
The hire and the fire.
Yeah, because she want to be going places. She's been doing shit. He don't even know what her exact title is, and why she being paid $180,000 and she's not doing anything.
$180,000 a year.
$180,000 a year
For what?
Hey, I don't know what she.
You know what it is? She got fired because she couldn't garner those black votes in Alabama.
Yeah.
That's why she got fired.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, we knew that was
Because let me tell you something. They brought Omarosa on because they thought that Omarosa would be able to reach and to be able to connect with the black voters. But Donald Trump, in his ignorance and his infinite ignorance, did not realize that the black community does not fuck with Omarosa.
Sure don't.
We never fucked with Omarosa, and we never will. But because Donald Trump is one of them blacks, just like Roy Moore's wife, who has a Jew lawyer, he's so ignorant that he thought that, okay, Omarosa, because she's so popular, that somehow she will connect with the black voters. But little did he know, we don't fuck with her. She's not invited to a cookout. She's not invited to a funeral. She's not invited to a block party. She's not invited to even help clean up the block for the block party because we don't even want her to think that she's going to be able to stay for the block party. She's not invited. So Donald Trump, so I figured that they fired her because of what happened in Alabama yesterday, where all of those black women came out to vote. And I think that the Trump White House believes that somehow Omarosa was supposed to be there to help bring black people in on the Trump bandwagon, but it ain't happening, Captain. And neither is it with Ben Carson. I don't even know why the fuck he's there. Why is he there?
The director of
Howard Urban. And did you see how Donald Trump had him toting behind him at the Black Museum in Mississippi? That just goes to show how much he thinks of you. Anything when it's black involved, then you can come out of the shed.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Omarosa wasn't there. She probably was fired before that. I don't know.
Because they was getting ready to say, listen, we trying to figure out what's going on in Alabama. If you can't get these black votes, you got to go.
No, I mean, come on. Ain't nobody falling for about to say Alabama. Ain't nobody falling for Omarosa anymore. And then she's gone. A lot of people are celebrating. I'm happy that she's gone. Hopefully she'll find a job somewhere. I mean, she is Omarosa. And you know, it is what it is. But April Ryan, oh yeah, she spilled all the tea. All of that tea about what happened at the White House. And they said they had to get her out of there. And she was going off about being fired from that job. But baby, you gotta go.
She act like a nigga.
Yeah. They said she was using words never heard before. She probably was saying, "Get the fuck out of here, fuck y'all."
Oh, you're gonna fire me after all I've done? And Donald Trump probably was nowhere around when they fired her.
No,
he probably was sitting somewhere like
she probably didn't want to fire anybody.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he
did.
did.
She's probably getting favors from her too. You never know.
Listen, I don't care.
I'm trying to find out what she's doing all these years to be around Donald.
Yeah.
She knows how Donald is, and you know how he's treated our people. So how can you still work for a person like this?
Because she is a coon. She is a backroom shed. Let's Uncle Tom step and fetch coon.
He said on both sides
with good hair, because she has good hair. But she does. But she's a step and fetch coon.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
A step and fetch coon.
Am I allowed to say that on this?
I don't. Yeah, I mean you can say anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because y'all paying for this, right? Yeah. Y'all how I feel.
A step and fetch coon. I've never heard of that.
Well, listen now. If you ain't never heard of step and fetch, you better look him up. Okay, look him up because step and fetch was something back in the day, and he was a coon. And when you see when you look at step and fetch, you see Ben Carson, you see Omarosa, you see that pastor or whoever he was that was supporting Donald Trump last year. You see all them goddamn coons.
Yeah. And Dina Jones, you right. You said she didn't learn anything from Kellyanne Conway to dial it back.
Yeah,
because you know Kellyanne,
she's
haven't really seen her.
No, she has not. Because Kellyanne knows. She knows that she got bills. And it's Christmas time too. I guess Omarosa only got that $180,000 check because she's only been in there for a year.
Yeah, 11 months. And she's done. Just about 11 months. She's out of there.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's not a shame. It's good. It's good.
No, I mean, no, it is good.
You know, I just need people in the White House with some sense. And I just can't wait until 2020 when we vote all the Republicans out that White House. and get some of them, most of them out the House of Representatives, and most of them out the Senate. But we could do that, and we could gain control of the Senate in 2018. There's like 6 or 7 seats of Republicans up for re-election. So we need to work on getting them out. And the DNC need to really get together. And I don't want to stay on politics. I'm going to just say this. I don't know if y'all was watching CNN last night, but Charles Barkley had about 4 or 5 times he was on CNN last night. And he called into Don Lemon, and he preached about how the Democratic Party needs to always reach out to African Americans. But not only that, don't reach out when it's the last minute, but you also need to do something actually for Black people.
Right.
Don't just show up at the last minute. And you got to work with us, and we will work with you. And I mean, it's made a whole lot of sense, and we've been saying this for a long time. The Black vote is always taken for granted because it's guaranteed that we will be voting for you. But everybody needs to look at the difference, know who we're voting for, know who's our representatives, and all of that stuff before we vote, and know what the issues are. And so, yeah, that's enough of the voting stuff. On to touchy-feely people. Salma Hayek released a story today about Harvey Weinstein. And, you know, it's a lot of goddamn devils in Hollywood. He tried to do a whole lot of things with her, and he held a lot of power over her head. And she was saying that she was forced into doing a lesbian scene in the movie Frida. Now, I don't think I've seen that movie, but I know she was nominated for an Oscar for that movie. And she said before the lesbian scene, she was crying really, really bad. She was throwing up. She had to take a tranquilizer, but she still kept throwing up. And she was saying that he was saying that I'm not going to release this film unless you do something that, you know, with this lady, with this woman in the film, because he wasn't going to release it. He didn't feel the movie was sexy enough. So she was saying that she wasn't crying because she had to do the lesbian scene. She was crying because she was doing a lesbian scene for
basically for his own personal pleasure.
Yeah. And she said, like, he would do all kinds of stuff. He held the movie. He just did a whole bunch of shit. And, you know, I just hope he never ever tries to come back to Hollywood.
Well, he's not, because he's gotten the Academy has revoked his privileges with voting, so he can no longer. He's not even an Academy member anymore. They took away his privileges, so no, he's not going to have any type of clout. Yeah,
and then Mario Batali from The Chew. Like, I think that everybody done did something now. I'm just scared because now y'all coming after the cooks. Listen, don't start coming after the rappers. I mean, I know it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen.
But do you think that the rappers are going to be?
They're not going to admit it.
No, not even admit it. Do you think that they're going to lose any type of?
No, because if anything didn't happen to R. Kelly, ain't nothing damn sure going to happen to these rappers.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly went through a whole process. He went to trial. He went through a whole process.
He was on video.
And I saw it. Bust a few to the video. But I was in high school at the time. Now I wouldn't dare bust anything to it. But, you know.
You busted nothing of that video.
I did.
R. Kelly.
I did. I told you I was in high school. I mean, hello. But it is what it is. That was then, this is now. I wouldn't dare do it now. First of all, they don't do it.
Oh my God.
They even make VCRs. No. So anyway, can y'all hear us? Because somebody said they froze.
They said their computer froze. I hope we didn't freeze.
Okay. Well, let me check. Let's make sure other people listen.
Did we freeze?
But
go ahead.
What I was gonna say is, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, R. Kelly. Yeah, R. Kelly didn't get in trouble at all. Like he ended up making a successful comeback album for Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
And y'all still went out and bought his music.
And not only that, he's still touring.
And even when Torre asked him, would you still sleep with young girls? You say young girls, how old are you talking about? And y'all still went out and bought that man's album. And y'all bought tickets to his show.
And he
still went on tour. Yeah.
What young girls they were talking about.
Yeah.
Because I knew what young girls he was talking about.
Even I did buy an R. Kelly album. That one, that Love Letter. That album is good. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I told you the other day that I'm excited for. I don't know if I was talking to you, but back to politics real quick, even though it has something to do with the sexual harassment thing. I'm excited about the upcoming presidential election in 2020, even though it's like 2 years away, because I feel like if somebody like Kamala Harris does run, she'll be able to get Donald Trump the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
As a woman and with the allegations against him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm just upset that I've heard a few Republican pundits on TV say that simply because the voters came out and voted for him, that somehow means that he's not guilty. Like it just doesn't make sense.
But I want to know what these women going to do now after they done said that he done did these things. What's going to happen now? Because I mean, he's not going to be able to do anything anymore. But what are y'all going to do now? Are y'all going to? You can't sue because I mean, it's 40 years ago.
For who?
For against Roy Moore.
Oh,
you can't sue him. What else is going to happen?
Is he still banned from that mall?
Oh yeah, he's banned from that mall. I mean, that should be proof enough that he was up to no good doing something.
Well, where's the phone number? I want to talk to some people.
Yeah. I had to remember the phone number. So glad that computer not right here.
What computer?
My laptop. You notice it's not on the desk. But your foot is right near your foot though.
Oh.
Let me turn the volume up on here. I hope everybody can hear. These voters have no moral compass. Let's see who's going to call in.
Are they calling?
Not yet. Let me pull this up. Let me see. Nobody called yet. Let me call just to make sure the number is working. Oh, it definitely works. It definitely works.
Well, we'll just keep talking.
Yeah.
Since I know a few people say they wanted to call, but
I know. I think they was asking who gonna call in first. Well, hold up. Let me get off this. Let me get off this camera. Warren Sapp was talking about. Warren Sapp threw himself under the jail today on Twitter about these sex toys and these sexual allegations against him because somebody is suing 5 people from the NFL Network, and people are.
Oh my God! I thought you were. Oh my God! I thought you were talking about Marvin Sapp.
No.
What? Jesus.
No.
Marvin Sapp.
Somebody, what they say? Wait. Somebody say I'm about to miss the best part. I really like you guys incorporating. Shout Chang. I'm about to miss the best part. Yeah, me too. In transit, going back to work. Oh, so nobody's gonna call. All right. So Warren Sapp, I'm about to get on Instagram and tell them to call in. So on
they can't call in.
They can call. I don't know how to do it though.
Well, how can they call? They're not sponsors.
No, they're not.
Right. This is not for them. Hello. How many times I gotta keep telling you that? This is
he tried me.
Okay, you keep trying to invite people who ain't pay.
No, I'm like, I want to talk to somebody.
They don't call.
Yeah.
But we'll just talk until they do call. But talk about Warren Sapp.
Yeah, so Warren Sapp sat there on Twitter today and said that would it come on? Because I'm trying to get his tweets together.
Why you don't have them up?
Because I mean, it was a whole mess. Let's see.
You can't look on your phone.
I'm gonna look right here. Here you go. He's trending.
What did he say?
Woo,
baby. What didn't he say? Wait, I blew my charger in here, and I ain't even charging my damn phone. least I thought I brought it in here. I did bring it.
He tried to blame some stuff on stuff he can't remember on CTE with them out with the things that's been going on with the football players and their heads and stuff like that.
Oh, so he saw concussion.
Oh yeah, and then he said on his 3 children, on his 3 boys and his 3 girls, that he never he never peed in front of the woman.
What?
Yeah,
peed on her.
Yeah, not pee on her, but peed in front of her.
Who's
in the bathroom?
Move your phone.
Somebody that
was again because it's on this wire.
Oh,
lift it up. Thank you.
You're welcome. I need the tweets. I don't want to need all of this. He said, he said, if I ain't no Me Too. The allegations sprung from a lawsuit Jameer Cantor, a wardrobe stylist for the network from 2006 to 2016, filed against NFL Enterprises. Cantor said that Sapp gave her sex toys as Christmas gifts, showed her nude pictures of women he claimed to have sex with, openly talked about his sex life, and urinated in front of her. Sapp, who is not a defendant in the lawsuit, said he appeared on the radio show simply to clear his name, not to make excuses for anyone else named in the lawsuit. Mine is untrue. I did not urinate in front of anybody, and if I walked in the bathroom, with you, you will walk out. Any human being on earth will walk out. Address the oh shit. All right. I hope this is the button. Is this the new Skype? Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear you can hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me check to make sure that the YouTube people can hear because there's some new stuff.
Okay.
Because Skype had updated. I'm gonna ask them, can y'all hear us? Go ahead. What's your name?
Lynette.
Hey,
Hi, Lynette.
From Chicago.
Lynette from Chicago. What's going on?
Nothing much. I didn't really have no questions or anything, but just want to say, hey, be the first caller.
Hey. How's it out in Chicago? Is it like snowing?
Cold.
Is it cold? I'm sure it's cold.
It's not really that cold. It's just windy as hell.
That's how it was
real
today.
windy, but
Yeah.
It
we
was
haven't
like that
got no
today.
crazy snow.
You said crazy snow?
She said they haven't had.
No, we haven't got any. It's like maybe like just covering the ground a bit and then it's gone, by the next morning. So
Yeah.
I'm not in no rush for no snow. So
Neither am I.
Yeah. Because, we got 3 more months of winter. It ain't even winter yet. Actually, it's still fall. So, until next Thursday. It's
Yeah.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I do have a question as I think about it.
Here we
So,
go.
it's not a fair question. So, like, normally we interact with Kevin, like, he asks us all the questions and blah, blah, blah. Do you have any, like, plans or, like, ideas about you interacting with us, like, on a personal, but not super personal, but, like, you directly interacting with the subscribers?
We're interacting with you where?
Like on YouTube, like, you know how when Kevin will ask us, like, oh, do you guys have questions? Or he started the Mikhail Whispered. I don't know if you're over that, but do you
No,
have
I'm not
any,
over that. I like
questions?
Usually when Kevin asks do you have questions for us, it's for the both of us to answer. I don't have access to our YouTube channel. Kevin has access to that. So when you guys are talking to somebody on YouTube, that's Kevin, because I don't have access to that. I actually have my own YouTube channel that I don't ever get on. I used to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to. And I actually still have access to it. Sometimes, I remember a long time ago, I used to leave comments and I used to respond back to some people in the comments, and Kevin will probably tell you, when I used to do this, people would never believe that it was me. So I stopped doing it because I'm like, they don't even believe that it's me. So I was like, what the hell? Like, there's no point in me even commenting because nobody's not even gonna believe that they're talking to me. But yeah, the access to the Scorpion Show YouTube channel, Kevin has access to that. So when you guys talk to him, you're talking to him. Now, when Kevin is asking, do you have any questions for us? That is his way of asking so that we can respond to you guys back on the channel. Now, as far as me getting in the comments and talking to people, I have no interest in doing that because I feel like the comment section is for you guys to leave how you feel about what we said in the videos. I don't feel the need for me to go back and forth with people in the comments because I go back and forth with Kevin on the videos. And that's, to me, it's like, it's defeating the purpose. Why would I go back and forth with Kevin on the videos and then go in the comments and then basically argue with people in the comments? Like that's, you know.
Right.
I don't.
That makes sense. Well, I shouldn't have said subscribers. I meant like the paying people. I don't know what our official title, sponsors. There we go. Like in the community section, like do you ever see yourself maybe like interacting with the sponsor?
Well, what community
Like
section?
hey y'all, like a check-in.
What community section? I didn't know you had one.
It's on the YouTube. It's on the homepage.
See, I don't have access to that. So I didn't know. I don't.
See, well, yeah, that answers the question. Like you don't have access to it, so that kind of answers my question.
And it's not a bad thing that I don't have access to it because I think that Kevin is like really good at making sure that all like everything that you guys talk about, whether it's on that or you know whatever, it always gets back to me. So he'll let me know and he'll say, well, this is what we're gonna talk about. But I don't have access to that, and you know, so that's probably why sometimes I don't know. But when he does tell me things, then you know, I'll make sure I get on camera and you know. Does that answer your question?
That makes sense.
Okay. Because I don't want you to think that I'm just like I just no, because I didn't want you to think that I'm just like, you know, I don't have like a lot of things I don't have access to. So, you know.
Right, that's what I figured it was, and I've been watching y'all the show for a while, and I know Kevin has that scorpion spirit where he just it's his, you know, like he gets possessive of stuff. So I'm like, I wonder does he have access to the YouTube where he can like jump in and say like, hey y'all, what y'all doing or whatever.
I mean, some of y'all don't want to talk to me anyway. Y'all rather let's not act like y'all want to talk to me. Some of y'all would rather hear what I have to say and then cuss me out in the comments. And I'm fine with that. You know. But I mean
not me though. I think a lot of us would like it, especially the ones who we're paying it like both of y'all. Because I've been watching y'all older videos. And I can't even read the comment section anymore because it makes me upset. And I'm like, I would look kind of crazy if I respond to a comment that's like 5 years old. But like some of the stuff people be responding to y'all, I'm like, y'all are really dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I think that for me in the comment section, I feel like, and I've always said this, like, that is you guys' way of saying, you know, what you guys have to say regarding the videos. I don't think that it is my place to then stop you guys from saying what you need to say in the videos. I mean, in the comment section, because y'all are saying how you feel. Wait, your background is really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the grocery store. I'm doing Instacut right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I'm like, listen, like for me, I'm like, you know, I don't want to get on there and go back and forth. If that's how you feel about a certain topic that we're discussing or something that I said or something that Kevin says, that is your God-given right. Now, I may not agree with what you have to say, and I'm not going to go back and forth with you on there because you felt like, oh, Mikkel, you didn't do this or you didn't say that. You know, that is your place to do that. Now, if Kevin chooses to get on there and say, well, this, that, and the third, then that's Kevin's decision. But as for me, I don't feel the need to go back and forth and do that. That's why sometimes I rarely respond back to what people say in the comments. And Kevin, to tell you, sometimes I get upset when he responds back to it because I'm like, Kevin, just let it.
Yeah, you know, it's not even worth it, really.
Huh?
I said it's not even worth it, really.
Sometimes it's not, because some people say things in the comments just to get a response from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you give them the response that they want, then you become the bad guy. Or you become ignorant, or you become, oh, that's why we like Kevin more than we like you. And it's like, well, who asked me to say something to you? You know, so it's like, it doesn't, to me, I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. So that's why I get on camera, I say what I have to say. If Kevin says that we have to do certain things, then I do it. And then that's that. Tell whoever's talking in the background, I said, hey.
Yeah. that's a random person walking by.
He's an asshole, this one. But yeah, so I really appreciate, I cannot wait to come to Chicago because I always wanted to come there. Like, and I'm upset now because my good girlfriend, I was talking to Michelle Williams the other day, and she's moving.
To where?
To LA.
I'm not surprised by that.
I'm kind of surprised because I told her when we were talking, I was like, Michelle, I still planned on coming to your house in the wild turkeys. And she's like, well, you can come to my house in LA. And I'm like, but I wanted to see the wild turkeys.
She'll take them with her. How about she take them?
Because remember, she had those wild turkeys in her backyard. She's a big, beautiful backyard. But she's moving. And I'm like, oh, like, I didn't want you to move.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so yeah. But
y'all both gotta come out here one time together.
I was one and I was okay.
You already went?
Yeah, in 2009. I've been to Chicago.
That was when we first started.
Yeah, Chicago is too crazy for me to be out there.
What?
Did you sleep with somebody out there?
No.
Oh, you weren't doing that back then?
No.
No, you were.
No, I wasn't. Bless your heart. But yeah, I mean, Chicago is too crazy for me. I mean, anything can happen anywhere, but I mean, first of all, I'm not.
It's
trying
crazy.
To go to the
Listen,
South
it's
Side.
crazy everywhere, sweetheart. So when people talk like the way Kevin's talking, I had to tell some guy the other day on Instagram because he's all in my DMs telling me about how Philly's this and Philly that. Mind you, he ain't never even been to Philly. And then he gonna send me a message that somebody sent him talking about Philly, and I'm like, but you're going off of what somebody told you about.
I'm
Philly.
going up with I know.
And I said to him, when you come to Philly, then we'll talk. But you ain't never been there.
It's totally different. You can't look at the news, honestly. Like, you can't look at the news. I know Chicago get a horrible rap for like all our murders and stuff, but it's not that bad.
But you know what?
Stay downtown.
I agree with you,
It's not too bad.
I agree with you, sweetheart, because I feel like that's how people look at Philly. And for those of us that live in Philly, even though we experience a lot of things here, on a beautiful summer day, Philly is one of the best cities to be in. Okay, you have so much here. So much to do here in the summertime. They have so many block parties, so many events downtown. You see what I'm saying? So when I see people say things about Philly that have never been here or only been here one time and only experienced one thing, I'm like, but you haven't even really experienced Philly to say that, oh, it's such a bad city. You know what I mean? I don't, there's not a city that I've been to that I've come back and said, oh, that's a bad city. Not one city. I've never said that about any city I've been to, because if I've only been there for a few days, I can't experience the whole city to say that it's a bad city.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I went to New York for the first time as an adult, I think a couple months ago, and I was like, I'm going to see rats running across the street and everything, but it was actually nice, and I'm like, I would come back here, I would bring my husband and my kids, and like, it was actually nice, although I was not excited to go. It was like just like a random trip.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to enjoy myself, and the food is not going to be good, and it's nothing better than Chicago. But then I got there, and I'm like, this is not bad.
I love New York.
People weren't rude, and yeah, I don't know if I love it, because I'm a Chicagoan, but it was definitely nice.
Listen, you're honest, but I feel like when I go to Chicago, I'm gonna have a good time. Every city I go to, I'm gonna have a good time. So. Yeah. So I mean, maybe one of these days I'll be like, I can say there was a city that I didn't particularly care for. But right now, I haven't really been to a city that I'm like, oh, I hate this city. I think it's bad. Yeah. I know. I just feel like it's too damn long to go from Philly to California. That's for sure. Now I hate that flight. But other than that, I have not been to a city that I felt like was bad.
Yeah, that's true. The flight from Chicago to LA I really didn't care for it, but LA was nice. I liked it. The food was kind of weird. Like, I was really hoping to get full off of something. I'm like, I cannot get full off of this food, but it was definitely nice.
Yeah, you ain't going to LA and finding no soul food or no food that's gonna stick to your stomach. No, you ain't finding that in LA. Everybody is built like a damn stick out there, so they ain't. Yeah.
I'm like, I need some real food.
And Roscoe's chicken and waffles was just okay to me. Like, it wasn't like,
oh my God.
There's some other it is a soul food spot in LA I went to.
Yeah, it was just okay. Like, I feel like the way everybody talks about Roscoe's and chicken and waffles, I felt like I was going to be so bombarded with all this food, and I was going to be like, oh, I cannot wait to take this home with me. And I was just like, okay, it was good. I've had better chicken and waffles from somebody's kitchen in Philly than I have.
Exactly.
Unique. That goes to my church. She makes really good chicken and waffle platters.
I never had his stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that part because I was excited to go there. We went twice because that, like, honestly, out of all the places we went, it was the best. But I'm like, this is not like memorable. I was kind of upset. Sylvia's in New York, though. They got some good food.
I've never been there. And I really, Sylvia's. I want to go because I was explaining to somebody, my coworker, she actually went to Sylvia's the other day. She went on this bus trip and they stopped at Sylvia's to eat. And I asked her how the food was, and she said it was good. Now, I was explaining to her that a lot of people give Sylvia's, it's like a hit and miss with some people. Like, some people say they like the food, some people say they don't. And I think it all depends on where you're from, because I think a lot of people from New York probably like, listen, we done had Sylvia so many times, I don't give two shits about it. But I think there's a lot of out of towners who care for it. You know what I mean? But I've always heard mixed. But I've said myself, I love a good soul food restaurant. I love soul food. I just love it. I grew up on soul food, so I would like to try Sylvia's out for myself.
Yeah, we didn't grow up on soul food. Like my dad hated fried chicken. So my mom never fried it in the house, and I always used to go like we weren't black enough because we never ate soul food. So
that's how one of my aunts is. One of my aunts is that way. She doesn't like soul food cooked in her house on holidays because she doesn't like the smell of it, and she doesn't like the smell to be in the fabric of her stuff. And I'm thinking, like, what?
I think I remember you telling us that. I remember the video you did.
Yeah, I did.
She
doesn't want to cook in her house. So, like on Christmas and stuff, when we would have Christmas at her house, it would be like a lot of seafood stuff there, you know, and it would be a lot of baked stuff, but it wasn't too much fried because she didn't want that smell in her house.
Yeah, I don't like the smell either. I don't like smelling like oil. That's what I feel like smell like.
Right.
Okay.
Well, sweetheart,
yeah,
it was
so
fun.
I get that.
It was fun talking to you.
I know. Is anybody else calling in? We've been on the phone too long.
No. 3 people done called.
I ain't know. Well, I guess me and you must have been, because I didn't even know 3 people called.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see soul food too.
I didn't know 3 people.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No, don't say you're bad. Girlfriend, listen, I have fun talking to you, okay?
It took us 5 minutes to talk to somebody.
I have fun talking to you. Now, I can't wait to go to Chicago.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I might go to Chicago again one day.
He's just got to go. I think he has to go with like the right people. He has to go when it's like something really good.
Oh, I enjoyed New York. I mean, Chicago.
Who'd you go with?
I went there to meet with someone.
Oh.
Yeah. But I enjoyed my time.
I'll let y'all go, though. I'm going to get back with the video. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. That's when you, Oh, I remember that trip. Because that's when you used to be madly in love.
Yeah.
There were quite a few people you were madly in love with.
Yes.
And the 9 years that I've known you. Yeah. And you're not with any of them.
I'm sure not. But I'm still cool with every last
As you should be.
That's right.
As you should be. And I hate you should
It's one person I just like, all right, no.
I remember when you were madly in love with Dumb as a Box of Rocks.
Who? Oh, that wasn't love. That was just infatuation.
Yeah, and I remember when I saw that one, I was like, wait, what does Kevin see in this one? Because this one is about as stupid as the back of somebody's damn trunk door when it's broken. He's dumb. He don't have brains.
I ain't saying nothing. Okay?
Please don't. Because you know how that went.
804, you're live with the Scorpion Show.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kel.
Hey.
This is Nikki.
Hey, Nikki Handy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what's going on?
Oh, man.
Hello?
I want to know who Kevin was in love with that was dumb as rocks.
Who was what?
Who you was in love with that was dumb as rocks?
I can't say who he was in love with.
And I can't say it neither.
Because we got in trouble the other day. We got in trouble the other day for saying something on camera, and you know, and then somebody said something to somebody. Yeah, so I can't say, but
they said, "Oh, you want to be a bad girl?"
Oh, you want to be a bad girl? Yeah. And then I had to get them together. Yeah.
No, they can't get mad because somebody said they was dumb as rocks. It's not our fault.
No, but that's my personal opinion that they're. Oh wait, they hung up.
That's because somebody else was calling.
Oh, okay. No, that's my personal opinion that I think that they're dumb as a box of rocks. But and I've always told Kevin I thought this person was dumb as a box of rocks. And it's funny because my friend Dom, who passed away back in 2012, God rest his soul, one of our last conversations was about this person that we said was dumb as a box of rocks. And so every time I see this person, I think of Dom and I say, "Oh my God, Dom, you're right." But, yeah.
Don't say nothing else. But somebody put 2 and 2 together.
Yep, we won't say nothing else then.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
But shout out to you, Dom, because I know you up there in heaven laughing.
Yes.
Well, I just wondering, and I know Kevin, we always conversating and chit-chatting, and I don't ever call in, so.
Yes.
Well, we're happy you called in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, I want to know what you think about the book.
I got to get back to you on that book. I got to get back to you on that.
What book is it?
The book that we promoted a couple weeks ago on the show.
Is that her husband?
Yes.
Mikhail
was trying it in that video. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You have a very handsome husband.
Oh, thank you.
Did you know that we were talking about him in that book? I mean, because we are live now. I mean, we on live stream.
Yeah, we were talking about your husband in our video.
Were you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna let him watch this video.
Yeah, no, don't listen. Don't let him watch it. But I was being bad, and Kevin was trying because he was promoting the book. Kevin was trying to be professional, but because I wasn't promoting the book, I was being bad. And but you have a very handsome husband.
Oh well, thank you. He walked out the room.
He what? What'd you say?
He walked out the room as soon as I called.
Oh well.
Well, he wouldn't want to hear Mikhail tell him he's handsome.
Well, no, that's why I said don't talk.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Don't do that, Nikki. Don't go home. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm
about to get out this phone because y'all are a mess.
Yeah, we are.
As soon as I hang up.
Let me tell you something. I am a hot ass.
And the way Mikhail is, he might slide in the DM. You might want to
check that. I don't do that. Don't try.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, honey, because I checked those DMs.
You better check the DM, sister, okay? I know that's right. You just better check the DM. And let me tell you something. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. You'll never see Mikhail 86 in your husband's DM because I don't mess with married men unless they're paying. Okay? That no.
On that note, I am going to get off the phone. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki. I know that's right.
Bye.
He said, unless they pay.
Unless they pay. And unless the wife's at work.
Okay.
Because I don't need no audience. Woo-wee.
Oh, there was some numbers calling. I won't call you, but I'll wait for y'all to call back.
Oh, who's that?
Could be somebody next door. I think. All right, that phone is ringing now. Dinner is cooked. 229, you're live with the Scorpion Show.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got through.
Yes.
How y'all doing?
Hey, who are we speaking to?
Jakara.
Hey, Jakara.
Hey, Jakara. So I was saying your name right. I'm glad I was saying it right.
Yeah, you were saying it right.
Oh, all right.
Have y'all ever heard of Albany, Georgia?
Albany, Georgia?
I've heard of it. I don't know where it is, but I've heard
of Albany, New York, not Albany, Georgia.
Yeah, I think we were named after New York, but that's where I'm at in Albany.
Is it near Macon?
I don't know how far away we are from Macon. I think we're almost like 3 hours away from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Is that southern? Northern?
Huh?
That's southern Georgia or northern Georgia?
Yeah, southern.
Okay.
Yep, that's us. But I just wanted to call and tell y'all that I love y'all. Y'all like my best friends in my head.
Oh,
and I had dreamed a couple times that y'all actually came to Albany and we hung out. So maybe we'll get a chance to hang out one day. I hope to get to come to Philadelphia. See y'all next thing.
Yeah, you need to come. Girl, look, you got 8 months to plan because it's going to be in August of 2018.
Yeah.
So
I am, but I think I'm gonna try it.
Your phone breaking up a little bit, but look, all you gotta do is when vacation time for the summertime, we're gonna give you all the date real soon. You take that weekend off and you come on up to Philly and enjoy yourself.
That's right.
All right, I'll plan on doing that. I did want to ask. My friend and I were talking about like R&B music this morning, and how it's not the same, and what we think it might take to, or who it might take to get it back on track. And I want to know what do y'all think? Who do y'all think is gonna take to put R&B like back on the chart or the top again?
People that actually buy music.
Yeah,
that's what's going to take,
because the artists are out there. It's just the people have to support these artists. You got artists like Jasmine Sullivan. You have artists like Tamar. You have artists like Luke James. You have artists like John Legend.
Even Mary
J. Blige. You have these great talented artists already out there that are already putting music out. You just need the people to just meet them halfway. You know what I mean? If the people are not buying their music and supporting these artists, then it's like, how can we expect them to succeed on the radio, or how can we expect them to succeed in sales? I make this point all the time when it comes to Beyonce. Everybody knows how much I love Beyonce. That's no secret. And if it's a secret, then somebody needs to wake the hell up. But everybody knows how much I love Beyonce. And I feel like if people like Beyonce didn't have supporters like me supporting them, she wouldn't be successful. You know what I mean? And I think that Beyonce has gotten to the point, and I think Kevin and I talked about this before, she's gotten to the point now that while she should be selling millions and millions of copies of albums the way Taylor Swift does when she comes out, but I think now it's like people are so inundating in seeing her perform and her performances that I feel like now it's kind of like, well, who gives a damn if she's selling, as long as this concert is doing its damn thing. You see what I'm saying? Because Beyonce already knows now that people gonna come see her regardless. They're just gonna come see her. And I feel like if people did the same thing with Luke James and Jasmine Sullivan, vice versa, not the concert-wise, but to support their albums, then they could be just as successful as the R&B artists were in the 90s. It's no reason why Jasmine Sullivan and Luke James, two very, very talented singers, are not doing it. And it could be, of course, it could be some of their team's marketing as well. But I mean, we as the consumers, we're not pushing their team to say, hey, listen, we waiting to find out what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always in Luke James. Now that's Nikki Handy. That's one DM I am in. Is Luke James. I'm always in his DM, and he's always responding back. You know what I mean? But we're always talking about his music and his work. And also Frank Gatson. I'm always in his DM too, talking about Luke James too. And I know sometimes they probably like, oh, here he goes again. But that's how I am. I support him. To be like, you know what I mean? I support him. And I want them to know that I support them. And I know sometimes they probably like, well, damn, you all, but you know, I used to be like that with Kelly Rowland. Yeah, that's what you got to do. What the fuck are you doing? I learned it from you. Yes. I learned it from you. I'm always in Luke's DM. I'm always in his DM, and I'm always in Frank's DM. Like, hello, where's Luke? What's going on? Hello. Hey, Luke, you know, when's your next project? What's going on? You know, because I want them to know this is what it is. I support you. I support talent. And if I didn't support him, I wouldn't be the hell in his DM. I wouldn't even be following him. You know what I mean? But it's just we as the consumers, we have to get on board with making sure that our R&B artists, especially our Black R&B artists, are successful. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. We were talking about, you know how people can still be illegally download music, or as soon as something come out, it's like all over YouTube, so ain't nobody buying it because they can get it for free. So,
yeah, but now you have to Taylor Swift and them country artists. Them country artists, they be selling, okay?
Yeah, those country artists do sell. That's because them white people don't believe in bootlegging shit. They're gonna buy.
Yeah. I want to own.
They're gonna buy. You know what I mean? They're gonna buy, and that's how we have to get. We have to be in that mindset of buying, and that's why so many of us rent. Yeah. But instead of trying to own a house.
Then the radio is not even the radio, you know what I mean? Not even the radio no more. Like the radio is just they play the same songs over and over and over. And you're like, bitch, I just heard this.
And that's why I don't listen to the radio, because when I get in my car, and you know this because you're always in my car. The radio is never on. As a matter of fact, the station that the radio is on, I don't even think it's a music station, because I don't listen to the radio. It's like, because there's nothing on it. And all the songs that they play is back the same songs over and over again. It's like, come on. Like when did the radio become this? The radio never used to be like this. 10, 15, 20 years ago, you could turn on the radio and it would be hit after hit after hit. And you'd be like, damn, this is my song. Damn, this is my song. You'd be turning that thing all the way up. When you think about it, you don't even hear people turn their radios up anymore in the car.
Yeah. And you know what? If fans, because someone asked me a question the other day about how do I feel about Beyonce just now having another hit after all these years, I said, you gotta blame the fans. Because songs are only $1.29. Right. Sometimes if you're lucky, it's 99 cents. Right. Now, if everybody got behind that one, like pick a day, pick 2 days or a weekend to say, you know what, we're going to put $3 to the side and we're going to buy these iTunes and we're going to get them to our friends. That all helps. And you know what? Watching YouTube music videos of their single helps it get to #1. Also,
on Vivo?
Yeah, on YouTube, watching the music video and streaming it and stuff like that. If you keep streaming the same songs over and over, this is how the white people on the charts are up there, and that's how they stay up there. Cardi B, the streaming, the YouTube videos, calling in on the radio station. All of that stuff helps the song stay at number one. It's like all of these avenues that you can do for free, too. And people just don't do it. They don't do it. So it's like Beyonce is nowhere in hell. Beyonce didn't have hits in the single ladies. That was fucking 8-9 years ago.
Right.
Come on, that's a long time to not have no more hit. When you got someone like Rihanna, oh my God, she put a song on iTunes, that shit was number one. Like every song, Rihanna got like 13 number one songs. That's a lot. She's about to break Mariah. She might be the one to break Mariah Carey's record and set the record for most number ones, and she might beat the Beatles. And no longer Mariah Carey. But yeah.
Oh, I love Mariah. I hope she come out with another hit before it's over. I don't know what it's gonna take for her to get another hit.
Yeah.
But,
Mariah needs to sit the hell down, okay? Because she is
I'm
embarrassing.
not worried about
she
her
is embarrassing herself with these live performances.
Yeah.
Okay?
yeah, but it'd be like, well, I am a lamb. I was gonna say it'd be like a lot of people, they'll post her good performances, and ain't nobody gonna really talk about that. But as soon as she mess up, that's gonna be everywhere. Because it's like that's all people want you to see about Mariah these days. I ain't saying she don't need to work on it, but
That's because you don't expect somebody of her caliber to actually get on stage and do the stuff that she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, see, I love singers, and Kevin knows this. All y'all should know this. I love singers. I love the old school singers. I put Mariah Carey up there with the legends because she is a legend. I cannot imagine somebody like a Patti LaBelle or a Gladys Knight or a Shaka Khan getting on stage and giving haphazard ass performances the way Mariah has been doing these past few years and thinking that it's okay. Like, those women would never do that. So I'm trying to figure out why Mariah thinks that it's okay to do that. If your voice is not in the best shape that it should be, then don't get on stage and waste people's money. Don't do that. Because this is why people think that you are tarnishing your image. And of course, that is what people are going to remember, because they're looking like, you of all people are getting on stage and doing that? Like, I remember when Whitney Houston came back out, Kevin and I couldn't believe that the fact that she was out here talk singing. Like, Whitney Houston is on stage talk singing. She's not even singing. She's talk singing. She's talking, but she's, it was like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that, Whitney Houston. You're messing everything up. Like, and it makes me upset when you see people of that caliber doing that. So this is one of the reasons why so many people call Mariah Carey out, because it's like, Mariah, you of all people should know better. You are a legend. You've been in the game for almost 30 years. You know better. Like, the day that Beyonce calls herself getting on stage and doing the shit that Mariah Carey's doing, I'm going to be the first one to get on the camera and say, Beyonce, don't do it again, or I won't be at the next concert, okay? Free ticket or no ticket, or pay ticket. I'm not coming, because you will not waste my time.
Yeah.
Because I have valuable time that does not need to be wasted. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And I'm sure she could probably get some money some other ways. Me personally, I would just pay just to see Mariah, and she just have a meet and greet, and she ain't even got to sing. I just want to see it for, so she already did. But
yeah,
I love her. Hard the phone line with y'all.
Yeah. Mariah's a legend, and I would love to meet her because she's a legend. I love the old Mariah. Like, I have a lot of her stuff on my phone and on my iPad on my phone. I love her, but I just feel like it's embarrassing to watch her do what she's been doing these past few years, and what she did last New Year's was horrible. Like, how dare you? And these people paid you.
Yeah,
they paid you to come out here and sing for these people. You get out there, and then what was it? The backing track started messing up.
Yeah, something happened.
And then instead of the backing track messing up, and then her saying, "You know what, bitch, fuck that backing track. I'm just gonna sing my ass off." She couldn't even do that because she can't do it no more.
Yeah, you do got a point.
And then she fired Anthony.
I can see if she still had it, and then the backing track messed up, and then you said, "You know what, fuck that backing track. I'm just gonna blow without it." But she can't even blow without the backing track because she don't really have it anymore. That's why she's always blowing still in the studio, because you got all of them. Let me be quiet, because I'm gonna make some Mariah fans mad. So let me just be quiet.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna start hogging the phone. I enjoy talking to y'all, and I love watching all y'all videos. Y'all keep up the good work, and hopefully I see y'all on the TV screen on NBC or somewhere like that one day.
Oh, thank you. See, I
like to love y'all.
You love you too. See, I like interacting with the people like this instead of going back and forth in comments. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
I think
Well, that
we
was
got
fun.
time for one more.
Yeah, one more because I'm starving. I'm starving like Marvin.
Where you eating from?
Not around here, so don't ask me to take you nowhere.
Bitch, I didn't ask you to take me nowhere because I don't want you to take me nowhere right now at this time. But don't forget what I asked you about last week. I mean, the other day.
What you ask me about?
About the glass for the front door.
Oh yeah, I'll take you.
All right.
Bitch, I said I would take you after you told me it would fit in my car.
Yeah, definitely will.
Okay, I said I would take you.
So we got
But
time.
when am I taking you?
Probably to like a Home Depot.
No, I said when, not where.
When I come back next week.
When are you coming back?
Tuesday.
Oh, see, I didn't know when you were coming back.
I can go Friday if you're free because
Depends on what time, because I got therapy on Friday.
So I want them to have that shit in the door.
Are you buying it?
I don't have no choice but to.
Pitiful.
Right?
And then when you was naming all that stuff, but that they don't purchase,
Okay.
everybody was
right.
quiet as a.
Yeah, because
I noticed that yesterday, but I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah,
because I don't listen. I noticed it. I said, "Wow, he's naming all this stuff that they don't purchase, and ain't nobody saying nothing. They're just all like."
And then I told them, "Okay, the tax bill came. This is what it's going to cost, and I need this amount from everybody."
And nobody said a word.
Of course. Sandra's like, you know what? I'm just like, okay. It's not bad, but it's like if everybody put in extra or give extra, this bill can be paid. 347, you're live with the Scorpion Show. Oh, she hung up. Well, let me call this number back because they've been calling all night.
Who?
This number, I don't know who they are. They just been calling.
The same number that just hung up?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm trying to find the song. I'm at. Where you at? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Clear, loud and clear.
It's Sativa from Black Tea Time.
Can we take this
Say
off my
that.
face?
Say that again.
It's Sativa from Black Tea Time.
Hey,
Hi,
Black
Ativa.
Tea Time. Hey, Ativa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
So I didn't want to spill the tea like I did last time, so I'm going to keep it cute.
Okay.
But one question I just have for Mikkel regarding the bus trip. I was want to know what part of Philly will the bus be leaving? Because I was just trying to see like if there's a hotel. Like, let me see if you can tell us like what.
The bus is actually leaving from. It's actually not. It's not leaving too far from Kevin's house. The hotels close by are like in Center City, which isn't that far from where the bus is leaving from. If you were to get a hotel downtown, if you were to get a hotel, would you guys be driving?
To the hotel?
Well, to Philly.
No, we'll probably do Greyhound or something.
Okay. Now, if you guys were to get, okay, so if you guys, let's say if you guys were to get a hotel downtown in the city, Kevin, where the bus is leaving from is not that far from there. So you could actually get like on the subway system, and the subway system from
take
downtown.
The Uber.
Or Uber, yeah. Or Uber. And an Uber, you'll probably, I forgot all about Uber. And an Uber, it'll probably be like less than 10 minutes.
From Broad and
Jefferson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like north. So
no.
Okay, so if I take the Greyhound, this is like North Philly, or it's just one stop.
The Greyhound takes you to Center City.
The Greyhound, well, it all depends on where you're getting a hotel. That's what I'm saying. If you get a hotel like in Center City, because that's where the majority of the hotels are anyway. So if you get a hotel downtown in Center City, then from Center City to where the bus is leaving from, in an Uber, that's probably like less than 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Probably not even 5 minutes.
Maybe like $5 to $7.
Yeah.
Liverpool probably $4.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. And secondly, it's funny, Kevin, that you brought up Kelly Rowland, because I wanted to call in, like, just comment on her quickly, because I had went to her page today, and I was just scrolling, and then I just had an epiphany, and I was just like, I need to know why Kelly Rowland is like half-assing like
not her career, but her music career. I feel like there's no reason why she's not at the level of Beyonce, or just the respect as Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like sometimes I feel like Kelly Rowland, I don't feel like she go as hard as she can. And I don't feel like she has a strong team, like a strong marketing team. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like her team is rigorous.
Mm-hmm.
And just Kelly, if you ever hear this, I doubt it because it's a sponsor, but I just feel like Kelly, you are so beautiful, and I feel like you are too talented, and I feel like you don't believe in your musical talent, and I feel like that's stifling you. You know what I mean? That's what I feel.
Let me tell you something real quick. Let me just say this real quick, sweetheart. I said the same thing a few years ago. I said the same exact thing you just said. I felt like she didn't believe in herself. Remember, I made that car analogy. Remember when we did a video one day and I made that whole car analogy? But I said the same thing. And you know what's so crazy? Because I just started following Kelly on Instagram like maybe 2 months ago. Because I wasn't following her. And something said, well, maybe if you start.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. But I just thought, well, maybe if I start following her, maybe she'll start doing something. But nothing.
I'll go with you.
And I mean, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. I love her family. I love seeing her with her son and her husband. But it's like, Kelly, where's the music? But I like.
You know what's funny? I saw you had watched that Destiny Child Exposed video because I had watched it too for Thanksgiving. Like because I saw you had like screenshotted it and on your Instagram. I honestly think, and no shade, like that video. But Mikkel, you know what I'm talking about?
No, which video?
It's on YouTube. It's Destiny's Child Exposed. It came. You screenshotted it. Like I think you watched it. You screenshotted it on your IG and you wrote like I'm the something. But it was on YouTube, but basically it was just like a whole nother like little documentary that this local blogger does. Mm-hmm. It was giving the background of how Matthew was to LaToya and to LaToya's mom. And look how you screenshotted it. I know you probably don't remember what video.
Was that Boulevard of Broken Dreams or something like that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it probably was.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Was it Boulevard of Broken Dreams, he said?
Boulevard Broken Dreams? No, it came out. Okay, so this young lady, she did 2 parts on YouTube, and one part came out one day, and the other part came out on Thanksgiving. My point is that she was just going in deep detail about like Matthew Knowles and how he was like managing Destiny's Child, and I just feel like Matthew just shaded Kelly and Michelle, and I just feel like his prime focus was D.
Well, we all
that conversation 10 years ago.
We already know that. And let me tell you something, because in the beginning I was hell bent on not believing that, and Kevin used to like beat my head and like, bitch, are you crazy? He is. And then when it all came to light, when they all started firing him, even his daughter, it was kind of like, but
the video on YouTube is Destiny's Child Secrets Exposed. It's by Impressive.
I have to go check it out because I honestly don't remember it. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. But
okay, but go ahead, Mikkel. What you were saying?
No, but I was just saying that and Kelly Rowland is very, very talented. Like she's very talented. Like she is somebody who can keep up, but it's like she hasn't been keeping up. And it's, to me, I feel like now it's gotten to the point now that
we don't care.
Not that we don't care, because I think people would genuinely be excited if she came out with some really good stuff. But I just feel like now I think that she's gotten so complacent in what she's been doing, like with what show is she on?
The X Factor, The Boys.
Yeah, I feel like she's gotten so complacent on those shows that it's kind of like now, like, girl, I feel like with her, it's kind of like, girl, as long as I'm getting a check, I don't really care, because these people ain't buying my music anyway. But little does she know there's people out there that really, really want to see her make it. But it's like, you have to want to make it for yourself too. Like,
and I honestly think that when she had did like the whole Kisses Down Low, that whole thing, that whole movement, I felt like that wasn't her. And I felt like whoever was behind her managing, that must have been the idea to be like overtly sexual, because I wasn't convinced. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Motivation was a great song, but then everything after that was like, hell, like, now, sweetheart. Like,
now,
you know
baby,
I mean? Like,
this is where I'm going to stop you. Now, I'll let y'all talk for a good 10 minutes. And this is where I'm going to stop you, okay?
Because this is girl. So let's just listen to what he got to say.
And that is Kelly Rowland.
What is Kelly Rowland?
Kelly Rowland is sex appeal. You don't think Kisses Down Low is Kelly Rowland? That's a whole lie.
Okay, let me
That's
tell you.
Let her tell you.
That's a whole lie.
Wait, let her tell you why she didn't think it.
No, she already said it. I'm gonna talk because y'all been talking for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Now I
Right.
agree. I agree with a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I agree with a lot of stuff that
Uh-huh.
you said. I mean, come on, it's Kelly Rowland.
Right.
But I'm not gonna give my opinion because I already have my idea on what I want to do, and I think I'm gonna make this like a segment. Like I'm sitting here this whole time like this is exactly what I want to do.
Well, you're gonna.
You know how you kind of like do like science projects when you used to do who, what, when, or
Mhm.
what's the hypothesis and all of that stuff.
Well, bitch,
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I was never good at that, so I'll let.
That's
go
what
ahead.
I'm going
You
to do. That's what I'm going to do to people and what happened and what they can do to fix it.
And hopefully she sees it.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to see it.
Oh yeah, she better see it.
I'm going to DM her.
And you need to make a whole video simply for Kelly Rowland's hypothesis.
I'm going to fix it.
Now, Kelly Rowland, I think Kelly Rowland, she is sex appeal, but
she's a sexy woman.
Overtly sexual, and it's like you're trying too hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is your opinion because when you see Kelly and you see the outfits that you wear, if that's not Kelly, then who is it?
No, but you know what? We had, you know what?
I'm not.
Yeah. No. Because you know we had this conversation before, and she said the same thing. But I think y'all are talking about two different things.
She's saying that she don't think that that's her. Like this is not her. She's just putting on. Like
no, she's not talking about outfit wise.
No, she's talking about music,
right?
Video,
right? But I think the two of y'all are talking about two different things, and I feel like no. Listen to what I'm saying. I think that while you have, for instance. You have let's just say this real quick. I'm gonna bring Beyonce to this equation. You know how when you see Beyonce, hello, did you hang up?
No.
Oh, I thought she hung up.
No, I'm here.
Okay. You know how when you see Beyonce and you have Beyonce standing somewhere and she's making a speech for something, whatever the case may be, but it just seems awkward because it's just like, you know how you're like so used to seeing Beyonce one way, where you're used to seeing her just fiery and sexy and just giving all of this, and then you see her on the stage giving a speech. Like for instance, the other day when she presented Colin Kaepernick that award, I felt like that was a little awkward because I felt like you could tell she was reading what it was she had to read, and it didn't really seem like 100% genuine. She didn't seem comfortable. And a lot of people look at it and be like, girl, that's not even you. Like, you don't even know how to give a speech. You know, it just seems a little awkward. And I think sometimes it can come off that way with Kelly Rowland. Now, yes, Kelly Rowland does personify beauty and she does personified sex, especially to me, because I think she's very beautiful and I think she's very sexy. And I think that, you know, she blows half of these so-called models out there out of the water. Mm-hmm. But I think sometimes if she's singing certain songs or performing certain songs, sometimes it can kind of seem like, I don't know, it just don't really come off as if that's really her being her. Even though she comes off as being sexy, it doesn't really seem 100% genuine that's how she really feels. And so therefore, and I say this all the time when I go to shows, I always say this: if I go to a concert and you as the artist are not having fun, then it's like I don't really expect the audience to have fun because you're not really, we can tell that you're not being genuine. Now, Kelly Rowland, I think that I've always said this, and I've always said this. I can so see, and I think we even had a video where we talked about this a long time ago, that album like remember Mariah Carey's Emancipation of Mimi? I could so see Kelly Rowland doing something like that and like it being so successful because Kelly Rowland can sing and she can, maybe that is something that she needs to try rather than trying the whole sexy and moreover. Maybe that's probably not working for her and maybe she should try an Emancipation of Mimi route, and maybe that would work for her because that's not, and that wouldn't be who she is as an artist. That's not being true to who she is, and she's trying to copy a route from somebody else. No, I'm not saying copy a route from somebody else because no, I'm not saying copy it from her, but I'm just saying taking a route where she's just doing songs instead of doing these type of sex kitten songs or whatever the case may be, because maybe a lot of fans, you not being one of them, but maybe there are a lot of fans who are probably holding back because they're like, listen, I'm not really convinced that this is really you, but if you give me something, I just totally disagree. You totally disagree, and that's fine. But I don't disagree because it's kind of like you can't, it's kind of like with Janet Jackson, your girl. I could never see Janet Jackson just doing a full album where she's just doing an Emancipation Mimi style because of the fact that we're so used to having her give you that I'm a sex symbol and I do this and I can get freaky and I can get nasty, and people love that from her. But if she takes a different route, it's kind of like, well, I don't know if I'm convinced that this is even
right. If she has singing ballads, it's like Janet.
Right.
No.
You know, I don't know, but I think that Kelly has to try something, because if she doesn't, then it's just going to be like all we know her for is being Kelly Rowland of Destiny.
All she has to do is make an album with a message and have a clear direction, and I think that she'll be fine.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying with the whole. That's why I'm saying an album with a message. You just said it. That's why I mean with the whole Emancipation of Mimi type style album. She's making an album with a message, because I thought that she would really continue to run when she came out with that song. What's that song where she was just letting everything out the bag?
Motivation?
No, when she was letting people know what the guy was beating on
Dirty
her.
Laundry.
Dirty Laundry. I thought that was a great song. And can you imagine a whole out album like that? That would be awesome.
You have to get real personal. And
well, what's wrong with that?
It's not. It's not
right. So I mean,
and that, you know, and
that would have been.
Real, I don't think we really ever that personal with Kelly aside from that. You know, aside from Dirty Laundry, it's like, so it's like, you know, do we really know her? You know, it's just like she's not. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce has opened up, become a little more personable, and we're able to relate to her more.
If you can sit here, if you can sit here and say, "Do you know Kelly Rowland?" Then baby, you don't know Kelly Rowland, because Kelly Rowland definitely has more of a personality. And I'm not going to say that.
No, she's not saying personal.
But don't do that.
She's not.
Do
Listen,
that.
she's not saying. She's not.
I'm done.
She's not saying
I'm
she
trying
don't.
to speak, and I can't.
Well, go ahead.
If it's you or her, you both got me the fuck off.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Make up your
Go
mind.
ahead. Well, no, listen. But what she's not saying is she didn't say that Kelly doesn't have a personality. She said that she's not personal. She didn't say she didn't have a personality. We all know Kelly has a personality. She didn't say that. She said she doesn't come off as being personal. But go ahead. You say what you're about to say.
No, I want her to speak for herself. I'm listening, because that's what I'm listening to. I'm listening to her.
Well, that's what she said. But you thought that she said if you're saying that she don't have a personality, that's not what she said. She said she doesn't come off as being personal.
No, okay. Let me just say, wait, hold on, because I'm like, no, Kevin, I agree with you 100% as far as Kelly having way more personality. I always felt like Kelly is. She's more into. I can see myself hanging with Kelly on a regular day to get manicures and pedicures. You know what I mean? Beyonce, no. You know what I mean? I always felt like Kelly has more personality and more relatable. However, when it comes across with her music, I feel like there's a void there, and I feel like it's just not hitting. I don't know. It's just like that's just how I see it, and I want her to win, but it's just like something is just not connecting. Like you see where I'm coming from?
I see where you're coming from. No, I'm listening to you. I see where you're coming from, but you can't want something if somebody else don't want it. And right now, we don't know if that's what she really wants. So if she just make music to make her fans satisfied, and that's as much as she give, and that's as much as she's been doing, then that's what she does. Of course, I want her to win. We all want her to win, but I don't feel like she take it as serious like the fans take it. And that's something that I've been saying for a long time.
Okay.
Like, where's your promo? Where's your team? You know, she went on tour. She was, she didn't sell out in like arenas, but she was selling out in these little places she was going to.
But you know,
she had a good time. And the same music that was out, she enjoyed singing them. I enjoyed singing back with her. I enjoyed the performances, and it was cool. But it's just like, your team has to just get this music out here.
But who's her team?
She has the same record labels. Well, she's not an independent artist.
Well, you would think that she was. No, I'm just saying you would think that she was, because you know the void that you were talking about. I was sitting here thinking about it. That's kind of like the same void that people said that Beyonce was missing with her people before she came out with was it Lemonade, or was it another album that came out before Lemonade that people felt like she was getting
self-titled?
Yeah, the self-titled one. And then before the self-titled one, a lot of people felt like, well, we can't really connect with Beyonce because it doesn't seem like she's really personal and she's not really giving us this personal side. And then the self-titled came out and people said, oh, well, maybe, you know, she's coming around to being a little bit more open. And then Lemonade came out and the people are like, okay, you know, now she's really getting personal. Yeah. She's letting us know that her husband cheated on her and this, that, and the third. This ain't the Beyonce from 10 years ago. And I think maybe that's what it is with Kelly Rowland. There may be a little void. I saw somebody leave a comment. She said, with Dina Jones, she said Kelly talked about it a little bit, but then after that, it just died off. And I agree. Like she talked about Dirty Laundry, and we all were so excited because we're like, okay, well, Kelly's about to really give it to us. And then after Dirty Laundry, it was like you didn't hear anything else. And it's like we know for a fact there's more that Kelly needs or Kelly has to talk about. But it's like after Dirty Laundry came out, it was kind of like, what the hell? Like, okay, well, what's after Dirty Laundry? Like, what more do you have to say? Because we know you got a whole bunch to say, Kelly. But what more? Like, first of all, Kelly Rowland is married. She has a child. I know she got songs to sing about that. Like, you know, how she met her husband. You know, how her man makes her feel. Like, it's like there's a whole lot that Kelly could sing about, but it's like she's not doing it. And she's giving, and you said that, you know, she's giving the fans what they like, and that's cool. You know, the fans are satisfied. But people like me who are not 100% diehard fan, who would like to be on the Kelly Rowland bandwagon, but I just feel like there's nothing really that she's putting out there for me to jump on the bandwagon. If she gave me more Dirty Laundry, then I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm all on for this, because this girl is telling me shit that I ain't never even know. But it's like once Dirty Laundry came out, it was like, well, that's a wrap. I done told y'all, now that's it. Now let me go back to doing what I've been doing. It's kind of like, no, why do that when you now have you got our attention. You got our attention. Right. So
and in agreement with you, Mikhail, because when she had went on Wendy, now maybe Wendy is not the platform that she wanted to expound on the Dirty Laundry, you know, with the abuse. But even when Wendy was starting to ask her the question, I don't know if y'all remember that she like completely shut it down. So I was just like, well, why you come up with the song? And then I got an interview, like, you don't want to talk about it. It's okay. So like you said, Mikhail, like, I was just like done with it after that, like for real, like, okay, I'm done with this. But that's just like when I mentioned earlier about me not being sold with her like overtly sexual songs. Like my favorite person is Alicia Keys. Like that's my Beyonce, and I keep it a buck. Before Here, her last album, I think like her 2 albums before that was like, what the hell are you doing, Alicia? I mean, like, and I feel like it's good, but this is not. What is this? So like that's what I was just saying with Kelly earlier. Like
Alicia Keys really fell off to me. Like I don't even know what's going on with her. Like,
well,
I don't even know if it's something mental. Is it mental with her?
Huh?
Is it mental? Like, is she going through something mental?
No, like her last album Here that came out last year, I think that album is freaking amazing. It's like a real hip hop soul sound. I think it's freaking amazing. But unfortunately, because she fell off with her last 2 albums prior, people was not checking for her. So you know what I mean? So it's just like, but I thought it was sickening. I thought it was really good.
I think people are still mad at that whole situation with her and Swiss Beats. I think.
But
I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that.
No, you're right. Because people drag her comments on YouTube. That's all we talking about. And yes, it's very true. People are still dragging her about that. But I mean, I don't know. So it said that him and LaShonda was separated and together. You know how that gets tricky and iffy. You know what I mean? So we don't know. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm rooting for Alicia Keys to come. I don't know, but this is a horrible picture.
Just side note, I went to Soko's today. Kenya Moore's husband, his restaurant up the block, and just so happened during happy hour, Kenya and her husband walked in. Now I saw. When I turned my head to the door, I just seen her husband. Kenya was like already passing me, walking to the back. But yeah, that was it. They just ate lunch for like 20 minutes and left. Just want to let y'all know.
I feel like you're like the. I feel like you're like the Scorpion Show's very own TMZ girl. Like, does that make sense? I feel like because you just caught me off left with that one just now. Because as soon as you said, by the way, I saw them, I'm thinking like, okay, well, I got it. You see how you just pulled me in, girl?
Pictures?
Right? Or did she just walk fast enough?
Because when I was in there, this was during happy hour, and the kitchen was closed down. So from 3 to 5, it's just happy hours. It's just drinks and wings. And so it was like 5 of us in there, and we was at the bar, and she was all the way in the back. And it was like, no way. I was like, can I get a picture? But if it was crowded, I could have done it. But it was just like ghost in here, and I was just like,
is the restaurant's food good?
Oh my God! Let me tell. Okay, Kevin and Mikhail, if y'all come to Brooklyn, it's like 10 minutes from my house. Yeah, you have to go to Soko's. So I had the grits with the shrimp and lobster today.
The what?
Let me tell
What you have? The what?
Grits.
Uh-huh.
The grits with shrimp and lobster.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. It's an orgasm in your mouth. Like so cold.
Yeah, I don't play those games.
But when I tell you, you go places where you eat their food, their red velvet waffles and their fried chicken.
Oh wow.
Jesus. Their barbecue chicken and the mashed potatoes and stuff. Everything is like upscale soul food. It's a little pricey, but it's worth it. Like let me tell you something.
Because I was about to say, is it big in there or is it like small?
Yes, it's big. It's like a grown and sexy restaurant. Oh. It is. It's definitely a grown and sexy restaurant.
Oh, I gotta try that one day. So close.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I have to try that one day. I would love to go there because I love.
You sure do.
Now I ain't never had an orgasm in my mouth, but I would.
Let me tell you something.
But I have had an orgasm.
I know that's right. And their mac and cheese is served to you in a skillet, like it comes out in a hot like little pan. And the mac and cheese is $10 alone for the mac and cheese. Oh, wow. I think it went up to $11.
Oh wow!
But the mac and cheese, let me tell you something. Please go to Soco. It's on Myrtle and Ryerson. Myrtle between Hall and Ryerson.
How do you
spell the address, I can tell y'all.
How do you spell it?
Soco's. It sounds like SOCO.
It's SOCO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's SOCO, and they have a page on Instagram.
Oh yeah. So
is you a promoter for their store?
You know what? I wasn't trying to, but I was like, no, I love food. I'm a foodie, so I can tell you places where the good food is. But it's really good. But Kenya came in here. She didn't speak to nobody, and she was in and out. But
they closed early. They closed at 10:30.
She was beautiful. I'm gonna say. I was trying to, give her the benefit of the doubt because sometimes she looks crazy on TV without the makeup, but honestly, she was very pretty.
Yeah, I think she's a very pretty woman. I do. I think she's a pretty woman. Yeah,
she
just has nasty ways. That's all.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Well, okay, well that's it for today, guys.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna be ready for the next tea because I'm telling you, as soon as you said that Kenya Moore thing, I got really excited for a second. Like, oh shit, she's about to spill some tea.
No, that was it. That's all I got.
All right, but I am gonna go. I'm gonna try the next time I go to Brooklyn. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. You know, the last time I was in Brooklyn was when I went to that salon.
Look at my underarms. Oh my god.
And I did not. I mean, I had a good time, but I just thought she was horrible. I did. Remember? When she was doing that? Remember that?
Yes.
You didn't go, did you? No, I told you about it. It was Amber. Yeah. I think Amber with me.
I remember.
And I just was like.
We are done with the phone calls. Maybe if we do a live stream before the new year with everybody.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, with everybody. That would be fine.
What's today's date? The 13th.
Yeah.
So we got like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Christmas is coming.
Wow, Christmas is in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or we could do one next Wednesday.
No, we can wait until Tuesday.
Okay. That's Christmas week. You still want to work Christmas week?
If we're just doing one live stream,
then
that's fine.
That's fine.
But I'm not.
Because I'm going to take a vacation.
And when we get our check?
Before Christmas.
Good.
It should be next week.
I know that's right.
Should be. Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah. He's asking me all these questions.
I am hungry. She got me hungry. That grits and shrimp with lobster seems like that would be really good. Yes. I've never had it with lobster.
I don't know about I want it with lobster. Just put me shrimp and grits.
Yeah, but shrimps is
some eggs and then some scrambled bitch. Yes. I don't know if they got scrambled where y'all from, but y'all need you don't eat scrambled, do you?
No, my dad loves it. He makes it. I don't like it. I tried to get into it a few times, but I was like, this ain't.
Yes, especially put some jelly on it or some applesauce. Scrambled is the best, and it's like you talking about an orgasm in your mouth. Hey.
Let me tell you something. I don't play those games. You won't be orgasming nothing in my mouth.
Unless I got a ring on it.
Hey, not even that.
$2 million check.
Look at you, a $2 million check. Oh, so your mouth is worth $2 million.
Depending on who you are.
That mouth is worth. Listen.
Depends on who you are.
It starts at $2 million. That's the starting price.
Hey. And I got that ain't the end copper in my tongue. because ain't nothing going in and out. I mean, you know,
Listen.
y'all be some nasty people.
Listen, you ain't.
All that. Ah! I don't understand how some people do, but I ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we
Listen,
ain't gonna talk.
we're gonna go.
We're gonna go.
But
And
we're
then we're
gonna
gonna
do
come
it.
back.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing it because I'm going to Atlanta this weekend, so it'll be the last video, and then we'll be back next Tuesday with a video. After tomorrow, then it'll be Tuesday. But it was something I want. Then we're gonna do December 27th, which is a Wednesday.
The live stream.
Yeah,
I can do that.
yeah. That'll be a live stream with everybody, not just the sponsors, with everybody. To say goodbye, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. And yeah, so that's going to be our schedule. But we'll see y'all around. Y'all be safe out here in these streets.
And don't let these streets fuck you over.
Yeah, and Nikki, I'm gonna get into that book. Tell your husband we said hey, and just thank y'all for calling. Jay Urquhart, everybody. I'm not going to delete the video. I'm going to post it in the community section, and that way y'all can watch the whole live stream. We've been up here for a good almost 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to watch the whole live stream if you missed any parts of it. And it was fun. So thank y'all for calling. Y'all have a good time. Peace. Hey, Mitchell Hill, make sure you call early the next time. All right, peace.
Well, maybe he just got on.